Let's talk a little bit about something that I'm fighting with right now. Profit targets in a zero DT. I put a zero DT trade on this morning.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I've
did.
rolled it 3 times. I am basically down a few dollars, nothing much. And I am trying to decide where am I going to take my profits. My short strangle or short straddle in this trade, I want to say was about, when I did this morning, was probably around $13 or $14. Okay, so a 10% profit would be $1.30. A 20% profit would be $2.50. Let's just say, I'm guessing, I'm close enough. So just so you have some context, okay, a 25% profit would be whatever, $3, or in that range. Okay. Profit targets in zero DTs. We're doing zero DTs on Tuesdays now because we're going to do IRA accounts on Thursdays. Let's go to the next slide. This is a really strong piece of research today. Get your helmet on, everybody, because you want to see this one. This is going to answer all your questions about, well, it's going to help to answer questions about
Rolling, closing.
where are we with respect to rolling and closing and everything else.
On the 0 day, selling the front month straddle and buying the wings at the expected move. Today's expected move was around $115, $110
Exactly. Okay.
in the 30-day options.
So, at tastylive, we preferred using 50% of the max profit as a good target for managing 45-day to expiration short premium trades when we manage a 21 DT. But we have found that lower profit targets could be more effective in zero DT options. Today, let's get to the meat of it. We've been using 25% as a ballpark number, but let's get to the meat of it and compare performances in various low profit targets for zero DT options. I have been using approximately $1 to $2 in that range. So I've been using kind of that 10% number for myself, and I don't think we've had a losing trade yet.
Correct.
Okay, but I've been using much lower than other people. Other people have been telling me that they've been using,
25, 50%.
25, 50, 10, whatever it is. Now, part of the reason I do that is because when Tony and I do the show, I like to show that it works, and it's been working in a very short period of time.
We do it. One of the few places.
We've taken some off in 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, which is cool to show on air. Also, after the show's over, sometimes I have other things to do, so I don't want to sit there and watch it that closely. So that's why I've been taking profits quickly. But to each their own, you figure it out. I mean, that's all we're doing is presenting the research. So let's take a look. So we're going to use the last 9 months of intraday data in the SPX. We collected data every 10 minutes. We considered 2 approaches to selling a defined risk zero DTE at the money premium. Iron flies using the same day wings with a width given by the VIX, derived from the 1 day expected move. That's what I did today. I sold an at the money straddle. Now I'm going to tell you this.
0 days.
0 days. I was a little bearish. So I was wrong. And I sold the strike directly below the market. So I didn't sell usually I sell the nearest out of the money strike to the upside. I sold one that was actually,
which would have been a better play.
which would have been a much better play. I sold one that was actually below the market today by 1 strike, by 5 points, because I was a little bearish. So I took a shot. It didn't work. That's welcome to my world.
But you were aggressive with your roll up, so
I was aggressive with my roll-ups. I've rolled up 3 times. So what we're doing is we are buying the wings I bought the wings that were $110 away from my
30
strike. 30 days out. And I sold the front month straddle, exactly what's here. Diagonals using the wings with 30 days to expiration and the width given derived from the 30-day expected move. It's essentially, I think these are the same thing,
We've
right?
done it as wide as $130. I think as tight as about what we just did today.
Well, sometimes it's not exactly 30 days. That's why.
True. That's true.
So Ironfly is using the same wings with the width given by the VIX, derived from a 1 day. So they're doing an Ironfly with same day wings versus the diagonals, which is the one we're doing. So I did the second one on here, the diagonals. The Ironfly one I didn't do.
Yep.
We explored the profit targets ranging from 5%, which is a little under what we've been trying to collect. We've been in the 10% range, to 35%. as well as traders who simply put on their positions at market opening and took them off at the close unmanaged. Okay, so we're doing
Iron settles to cash in SPX, so it's something that we would be okay with if somebody said, "Listen, I prefer to go all the way to the end of the day. There's no stock or a new position that you're going to have on for the following day because all cash settles."
Just comes off as cash.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. So we contrasted the performance of traders who closed out when reaching their profit target and rollers. This is a definition of a roller, Tony. Closers is obvious. Rollers, those who started a new recentered position with the same width when reaching your profit target. Okay, so there's only two choices here. A closer, when you hit your profit target.
Something Tom's never been in his life, especially in the dating scene, but go ahead.
Or a roller. Someone, when you started new recentered positions with the same width. Note, the iron flies are managed based on max profit from the spread, while diagonals are managed strictly on the 0 DT straddle. That's what I sold this morning for like $13 or whatever it was. Okay, the 30-day
so taking 10% of that $13 number.
Exactly, and the iron flies are managed on just max profit. Losing positions allowed to expire, and all positions were closed at the market close. Nothing was kept on overnight.
Sure.
Nothing was kept on overnight. Nothing was rolled to the next day.
Okay.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, so far.
Hit it, Beth. Let's see what we got. Okay, so the first one is iron fly. We did not do an iron fly today. This is all in a 0 day.
Okay.
First thing you notice here is that if you choose to do the 5% profit target, your P&L, your pop is going to be really high, almost 90%. If you do the 15% profit target, your pop is going to be 85%. And even at the 20% profit target or 25, you're still up around 80%. That's pretty damn good numbers.
Yeah, well, the first line really just tells you unmanaged is not the way to go, even though 59% doesn't beats a sharp stick in the eye.
Yep. But what happens here, and what's interesting about this, is your net P&L for the day isn't positive at 5%. So you want to be anywhere else in here.
Sure, you can't manage too early.
My takeaway from this slide is really interesting. My takeaway from this slide is that the 0 day iron flies are a pretty good trade.
Yeah, especially
so far.
The last 9 months. This is not the last 3 weeks where we haven't moved. Or the last
no, this
weeks.
is the last 9 months.
Last 9 months, you've had some movement.
The 0 DT flies for the past 9 months have been really freaking good. Okay, let's go to the next slide. And an iron fly is just sell the straddle by the wings, all in the same 0 DT.
Right.
It's just been good. Okay, so now here's where we're basically going to
These are the iron flies rolled.
Yeah, these are recentering.
Right.
Going to buy back the guts and recenter the wings. And the answer here is that these have been really good. These are iron fly rollers. These are just recentering. Take your profits and recenter, and you've done really well.
I'm surprised the 15% doesn't really pay either. You kind of move away one.
Yeah, the 15% was better off just closing and moving on. Yep. These were all better when you waited to 20 or 25%. And they're better on the non-rollers and on the rollers for iron flies. But these are like 4 or 5 trades a day.
Yes.
It's pretty aggressive.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go
These
to
are diagonal closers now.
Yes. So now we're going to diagonal closers. That's what I am. I'm a diagonal closer. First thing you notice is that your 5% profit target and your 15% profit target are 87 and 93 respectively, which means that the 10% profit target where I've been trading is about 90%. And that's what our results have shown. The difference is that 15% profit target on closes wasn't actually a positive number.
No.
Our numbers
the
of
5% was, the 15% wasn't.
Yeah. And who knows? There was probably just big move, whatever it was.
Sure.
But the reality of this is the trade that we tend to put on, and based on the results, waiting for a 20% profit target would probably be the best thing. 20, 25%, probably the best thing.
Initial value risk, all things.
All things equal.
Average trades per day is only one.
85% waiting for 20%, 85% profit target, 85% probability profit. I'm sorry, pretty damn good. Everything's kind of in line. This is the trade that we've been doing that's been working for us. So, I mean, 20, 25%, all the probabilities are
you don't
strong.
really get paid for waiting, and you don't get paid for acting.
You definitely don't get paid for waiting.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to diagonal. This is diagonal rollers. This is when we recenter. Now, we have not been doing this, but people that have been
Start.
exactly people that have been doing this have done really well, and now I understand why. Because diagonal rollers, which is taking profits and recentering, has been the best payout of them all.
It's been great. Yeah, sure.
5% profit target is pretty tough, but at 15%,
Making 9 trades.
yeah, you're making
Only
9
making
trades. You're
50
trading a
bucks.
lot.
Yeah,
The
that
tw-
15 to 20 range, that's what it's saying. I know the 25 target's even higher here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, in all its totality, if you're looking at something, that 20% number seems to glare out at me.
that 15 to 20% range is really pretty strong, and that's kind of what I think we should be doing, or we the diagonal rollers pretty damn good. We have not had a chance to roll
You
it.
should
Art,
subsidize Josh and just have him do this all day
a
long.
diagonal roller.
Yeah. He's a roller, and then make him do a diagonal roller. Can we trust him?
No,
I didn't think so.
not a chance.
Never mind. We'll start with your cash, then we'll use the firm money.
Let's go to the next slide. If you want to put up your money, then we're fine. We could trust him then. Your money would be great. Takeaways. While the performance of a specific option strategy changes over time, the relative difference from choosing your profit targets remains consistent. And we saw that in all 4 examples. In general, the lower the profit target, the higher percentage of winning. And the more trades per day for those who roll their positions. The lower the profit targets, we're better suited to roll than close. If you lower the profit targets, better suited for rolling. Deciding how to best fit these positions into your trading comes down to your own risk tolerance and objectives. But for selling 0 DT premium, profit targets in the 20 to 25% range perform best in the recent past. And I think that was pretty obvious from the research.
Nice. Good job here. I mean, it really kind of,
It's a really good piece of research.
yeah, really puts it into perspective. Good job out of them. We'll take a quick 90-second break and come back. What are we doing next? We're going to your phone calls, 855-238-2789 or 855 Be Tasty. If you have some questions about this study or any other study that we've done, or maybe some of the silly things that Tom does, give us a buzz. We'd love to talk to you. 855-238-2789 or 855 Be Tasty. I got 4 or 5 lines open. We'll be back with you next.